Hi everyone, welcome back to our Crybaby Whims challenge. Despite losing her partner, Flora is managing everything quite well. She's feeling kinda happy. She is going to be sad for the next 2 days still, but she's managing everything quite okay. I think that the shock of losing Thomas has kind of worn off and now she's just very motivated to bring him back so he could spend time with his children, just like she is right now with their very unexpected twins. But speaking of bringing him back, the weather today is kind of not really ideal, so once she takes care of their babies and the animals probably, she's gonna spend the entire day researching because during her second half of the pregnancy, well, after she lost Thomas, she was not feeling up for it at all, so she's really behind, and if she wants to bring him back, she really needs to hurry up, especially because she is running out of time as well. Today is actually her birthday. She is going to be an adult, and usually of course I would throw her a nice birthday party just like the one Thomas had in the last episode, well, before he died. But Flora doesn't care about that at all right now. She's not really gonna invite anyone, talk to anyone. I don't think she'll even bother making herself a cake, so it's gonna be a really sad, lonely birthday, but she's just so busy she doesn't have time to think about it. But tomorrow is actually the twins' birthday, which is really exciting, and honestly it's probably gonna be a lot more difficult taking care of 2 toddlers. At least babies are relatively easy, so this is even extra motivation for her to bring Thomas back so he could help out and not miss out even more of their life. He missed half of the pregnancy and their entire baby stage. Flora doesn't want him to lose any more time with them, so we need to work on that really seriously today. But as I said, let's see if animals need anything. Well, I guess the usual cleaning and feeding and everything, that's totally fine. Wait, where are you two going? I need to take care of you. You know what? Okay, whatever. Oh, and this actually reminded me that the cow plant has moved. The cow plant is not really just roaming freely. Thomas, what are you doing? Miss me yet? Yes, that is the entire point of doing all of this. Let's just pretend this message is not happening, but I'm just so confused when he invites her over to her own house. Anyway, as I was trying to say, the cow plant is now contained and only Flora has access to this, especially now because she's gonna have 2 toddlers running around the farm. She does not want them to be in any sort of danger, so the cow plant is contained. How's the garden doing? Do we have anything to evolve? Not yet. That is really stressful, because I really need these things to evolve for her aspiration. When I see that Ezra is crying, I'm so sorry, but no one's really around to help, so you're gonna have to wait. And the sadness is definitely starting to hit her. She's constantly going between sad and happy. She's just feeling so conflicted. Look at that. I mean, no wonder, because I mean, she had the worst and the best thing happen to her in like a day and a half. Well, pretty much everything has been taken care of, but I see that the babies are both crying now. They're both super stinky, and I see you, don't do that. Okay, whatever, let's just take care of the babies and then I'm gonna figure out what to do with this one. Lecture about scratching, yes, he's gonna destroy this thing again. And he actually distracted me the first time Thomas got bit by the cow plant, because I was also lecturing him about this. So B, do you want to get rid of Thomas or something? I don't think so, he's gonna come back. But where are you taking care of the babies? Oh, you're still taking care of the bugs. How about you take care of your babies maybe? That would be kind of nice. But seeing them is immediately making her kind of sad. They probably remind her of Thomas in some ways. I mean, surely they look like him at least a little bit. As soon as she held Aspen, she's sad again. That is interesting. Well, anyway, everything's taken care of and we have a thunderstorm raging outside. So this is pretty much the perfect— oh well, B probably needs some attention. Do some pets and everything cute, but then we really need to start doing some research to see what we can do about all of this. And again, she's doing this next to Thomas's urn to reassure him that she is doing something about this entire situation. I don't really know what Thomas is thinking because we've not seen his ghost quite yet. He's not really making an effort to show up. Maybe he still doesn't really know how to. And while she's researching, she found something about a really rare flower, a death flower, which is used to kind of bribe the Grim Reaper, but at this point it's already too late. She doesn't have a Grim Reaper to bribe, so what could she do? So she's figuring out some ways she could use the death flower. She found some rumors about some criminals and mob bosses, very dangerous people that are rumored to be able to come back to life. They have a lot of enemies, but they just keep coming back even when everyone thinks they're gone. So how would that be possible? She's reading more into those rumors and finding out the uses of the death flower and how they could be prepared in some specific meals. But the problem is she's not very good at cooking. Cooking was never really her priority. For this, apparently, she needs to be really good at normal cooking and also gourmet cooking. Oh, but she is really close and actually maxing cooking just from existing, I guess. That's pretty good. Oh, and her gardening is almost there. So the research is definitely starting to pay off, but she's also going to need her gourmet cooking to make this special meal. And oh, that's on level 4. I don't know if that goes to level 5 or 10. Oh, the cows are not looking good. Yeah, I didn't clean you because you ran off into your sheds this morning. I need to clean and milk both of you. And then I'm gonna buy you actually a book to maybe work on your gourmet cooking, because I really don't want to have her cook all the time because she doesn't have ingredients for a lot of things, unfortunately. So let's buy you maybe volume 2 and volume 3 because I'm not sure which one she needs. And then you can start learning, and then I guess you'll see if you can make that special meal, but you do need to figure out the ingredients as well, which is probably not going to be so easy. Oh no, the cow plant, you really need to feed it so it doesn't feed on you. I mean, I think Flora is really cautious around it now, so I don't think it could happen to her, but I guess you never know. So absolutely feed this monster. I mean, it's not the cow plant's fault, but it's not really the nicest thing it ever did, right? Oh, and she just maxed her gardening skill because of that. That is really amazing because she needed to do that for her generation rules anyway. Oh, and Ezra has been crying for like literally hours now. I was accidentally ignoring him a lot. So let's have him taken care of. And now I guess you could maybe read this cooking book. Maybe that's gonna... Oh, he's not happy. Let's see, what else can you do? Maybe feed him? But then you should start reading this book. Maybe you can read it to the babies. I don't know if they would really appreciate it, but oh well, you need to do it anyway. She's feeling very focused, very ready to continue her mission. Oh, you won't be reading it to the babies. You'll be reading it to Thomas. I guess she does really want to keep him in the loop of what's going on with her quest to bring him back. I mean, that's pretty good. She's feeling very focused. Well, you had enough already, but that's fine because Aspen is crying now. It's a bit unfortunate that these two are not really in sync, so they cry at very different times, which makes things a lot more difficult for Flora. And Noah is calling to get Flora's advice and asking someone on a date. But oh, actually, speaking of these twins, I've got a notification before I started recording, I think, that they aged up to young adults. So good for them. I don't think Flora has any interest in visiting them right now because she's very busy. But yeah, I guess go for it. Just do something with your life. I really wonder if we'll see Thomas's ghost. I know that I could invite him, but I want him to initiate contact first just so we make sure that he's ready. Oh, but you are getting hungry. And I mean, I'm desperately trying to have you learn gourmet cooking, so you could make yourself a gourmet meal for dinner. Oh, she's on gourmet cooking level 5. Finally, that actually is pretty worth it then. I guess we should invest into actual cooking, which makes a lot of sense. It's probably a lot better to learn by doing it instead of reading about it. Wait a minute. Olivia is pregnant, which, interesting. And also I noticed that she married a man, but Olivia is not supposed to be interested in male sims. So I think MCC is just kind of going crazy, so I don't really know what to think of this, really, because she is set to have a preference for female sims, but MCC seems to be ignoring that, so I guess so will I. But Maple, one of Thomas's sisters, just started a pregnancy, so that's pretty nice, good for her. And Noah got married. He did ask to go on a date with someone named Lilith, and now he married someone named Natalie, so also good for him. A bit confusing, but so is this entire family. But anyway, Flora is getting super tired. Let me just check on your scale real quick. It's not really going up that quickly. It's only on 8%, so I probably should send you to sleep, especially if Thomas shows up, so you're kinda rested for when he's around. And both of the babies are doing quite well, so you should probably go to sleep. Oh, and Thomas! As soon as I sent Flora to go to sleep, Thomas is right here. Well, we absolutely need to go hang out with him, right? He does seem quite happy to be here, and he's immediately flirty. Wait, they're actually talking here around the urn, just like she was doing with the researching and all of the meals. But they're actually sitting everything here together now. Invite him to stay the night so he doesn't really go anywhere and you can have a lot of time together. But he's not really going anywhere to like check out the babies or anything, and both of them are crying now. Maybe he just kind of not like forgot, but it just kind of slipped his mind because he wasn't really around to see them be born. So he just kind of, I don't even know. That's interesting. He's just having a meal and stuff and not looking at the babies. But Flora should be looking at the babies definitely because they're both absolutely miserable. Maybe Thomas comes over to help out. I don't know. Maybe he can't even do anything while he's a ghost. I guess we'll see. But I am getting a little bit concerned that it's 2 a.m. and she's so tired. But Thomas is around, so she probably won't be sleeping for the entire night or however long he's gonna be around. Because I'm sure that she doesn't really want to waste any second. She just wants to spend everything with him because she already lost him once. She doesn't want to do it twice. He still hasn't like stepped into the baby's room. That's really unexpected. Usually all of my Sims just run to see and take care of the babies, and he hasn't really made an attempt. Maybe he's just genuinely unaware that they exist. I mean, who knows what dying does to someone's memories, right? He's just like cleaning up and everything, still kind of ignoring this area. Oh, and both of them are screaming now, so Flora, you can't ignore them. Let's have you take care of them, but I know that you will probably pass out kind of soon. When would that be? In 2 hours. But I also noticed that Cheyenne had a baby. Oh, I wish our children could hang out together. They're pretty much identical age, but it's not Flora's priority right now. I'm really impressed that she hasn't passed out yet. I mean, she must be really pushing through it to hang out with him as much as possible. I feel like she'll probably pass out in a second. Yeah, 7 minutes. So she just can't really handle this. She tried her best. She used up every second that she had with him. But yeah, she passed out and he just left. Oh no, she's gonna wake up now and realize that he's gone. Oh, Flora, I feel so bad. Well, Ezra's crying, so you need to take care of him. B, please stop doing that. I'm so mad. Lecture him about scratching. But anyway, still, you really need to get some sleep just for a couple of hours. Because the animals I see are really struggling, and so is the garden probably. Oh no, both of the babies are crying and all the animals are doing pretty poorly, and she's just not doing that well. She's not even that rested. This is all becoming a bit of a nightmare, just like when she was pregnant, but honestly worse. Let me see what's happening with the garden. Nothing's really ready to evolve. Oh, I don't know what to do. I think I kind of need to fertilize stuff and everything because everything's really close but not quite. That's the last step for her aspiration. Try to speed run this entire day of taking care of everyone, and both of them are still crying. Well, I guess you'll have to continue crying. I'm really sorry because she's so busy. Oh, and I just realized that these two have their birthday today. Oh no, how's she gonna handle all of that? I really don't know. Wait, actually, that is reminding me that her birthday was... Wait, oh, it's just a poor old fox dying. Well, I don't want to see it, I'm sorry. Anyway, I just realized that she hasn't actually aged up yesterday. Well, I'm just gonna let her age up on her own, but that was supposed to happen yesterday. But I really hope it's not gonna happen with the babies. I want to have them have a relatively proper birthday despite everything. Oh, and B just aged up. B is an elderly cat already. Well, literally everyone in the household is going to age up in this episode then. Where are you, B? Oh my god, look at you. Looking so old and grey. One of the chickens wants to leave. No, it's just everything is falling apart. And the cow plant needs some feeding, and I'm guessing both of the babies need some feeding and cleaning as well. And so does Flora, but she just doesn't have the time. This is such a nightmare. B also needs a clean litter box and some food. This is so stressful. Look how dirty she is as well. And tired and hungry. Speaking of hunger, I guess you do need to do... Oh my god, she does need to do the gourmet cooking as well. I'm getting so overwhelmed. And both of the babies are still crying despite her taking care of them. I don't know what to do. This is all way too much. Where are you going to pass out? Outside? Lovely. Just lovely. Isn't this her second time passing out in this episode? Well, they still need to be taken care of, and she still has so many things to do. They're both really stinky now as well, so it's just an entire stinky household, isn't it? I should make her cook, but the thing is, if I make her cook while she's feeling this terrible, she's definitely going to start a fire, which is something I really don't want to deal with right now. But maybe if I make her cook something that doesn't require a stove, but this is just a single serving, it seems a bit wasteful. wasteful, honestly. Well, this is probably a little bit silly, but how about we make this cheesecake? Because it is the kid's birthday today anyway. I mean, I know that they're babies, but they can eat some cake when they're toddlers. What are you two doing? Kind of chatting, plotting something? Please don't make me so nervous. And you, please don't start a fire. Oh, you're gonna pass out instead. I don't think she'll be able to finish this, and now she just wasted all of the ingredients. No, Olivia, you never texted me back. Are you better than me now? Flora has just been so busy and so miserable and not in the mood to socialize with anyone. It's been a really long time at this point, and people are starting to be kind of mad. I don't know what's the appropriate response, okay or no? Because she isn't better than her, she just doesn't have the time. Okay, they gained friendship, so that was the right thing to say. Anyway, try to finish that cheesecake, please, I'm begging you. And then Ezra needs to be taken care of, and then I might age them up and send her to sleep. If she manages to do all of that, they're both crying. This is an absolute nightmare. Oh, and Flora has just aged up midway through making that cake. Well, she doesn't really care much about her birthday, especially now, so that's okay. I'm just really hoping that she doesn't start a fire. Oh, and she passed out again with the cake in the oven. Is that really unsafe? I feel like it might be. It would be really good if Thomas's ghost showed up so he could help out, but he's completely ignoring the babies, so I don't really know what to think of that. And Natalie wants to come over for the birthday, but no, that's really not in my interest right now. Well, the cake is ready and it's looking actually really good. Well, how about you grab yourself some food, and then we need to age up these babies. Well, take care of them first maybe, because I really don't want to let them age up without the birthday. That would be really sad for Flora. It doesn't really matter that much, even though she is having this forgotten birthday moodlet, so she's really sad that she couldn't celebrate it properly, which in her mind would definitely be with Thomas. She's doing like everything and they just won't stop crying. They've been crying all day, and now she's gonna pass out again before she even finishes everything, and she still needs to age them up. Yeah, she's just going outside to pass out again for I don't even know how many times at this point. Is this like the 5th time or something that she's passing out? It's honestly ridiculous. And I kept checking, and yes, Thomas is right here. Hang out with him immediately because she can't let him go again. And speaking of, she kind of figured, yeah, I can't let him go, so maybe if I take away his urn, he can't really escape like he did last time. So she's gonna take away the urn, so Thomas doesn't really have anywhere to go, so his only option is to stay on the farm with them, so she can't lose him again. But something kind of feels a little bit wrong. He just got very, very sad, and there's just something that's missing. And he realized he doesn't really have his safety place anymore. He doesn't have his urn anymore. He was really unsure about even trying to come here, and now they're even having an unpleasant conversation. But Flora just can't let him go. Even though she's seeing that she did something wrong, she needs to apologize, but she doesn't want to give him a chance to leave again. She can't wake up for another day and not see him around. And she is passing out now, but knowing that Thomas will stay around, even though he's literally going to cry in bed, so he's not really that happy about staying around. Both the babies are crying, but it's like he doesn't even see them for some reason. But speaking of the babies, it's already 1 AM. They will probably age up on their own if we don't do something, so let's take care of them and actually have them age up. And their father technically could witness the birthday, but he's busy crying in bed because he is suddenly stuck here. But anyway, Ezra is finally calm, so let's age him up. Thomas is crying in the garden, but I'm just gonna have him go here and maybe see something, maybe acknowledge that his babies exist. But Ezra is aging up to a toddler, and let's randomize this trait because we have 2 potential heirs now, and I need to figure out which one is going to be it. So let's just start immediately once they're toddlers. If we see that one of them might have a fitting trait for the next generation, which I will actually explain the rules of, I think, in the next episode. But let's see the traits. Ezra is going to be silly. Next, let's age up Aspen. Thomas is actually here, so you could just sit here and try to make an effort and see this happen. You did miss Ezra's birthday, but at least he's gonna be here for Aspen's. So Aspen is aging up into a toddler as well, and let's see her traits. Oh, you're gonna be fussy. She loves to cry, cause trouble, and throw fits. That is real heir potential, because the heir is going to be very problematic. Gen 3 is all about being a problematic criminal, so I definitely need to keep this in mind. But both the kids are aged up. Thomas is kinda in a way back, but he does not really seem to be that happy about it. So if you want to see how this plays out, you can do that by clicking the card right here to watch the next episode, and if the next episode is not out yet, here is something to watch while you wait. See you there!